Hello and welcome to the next Lukozer retro game review video. And for this one, well again, it's not very retro, not at all. This is Algol. I don't know if it's named after the star or the computer programming language, but this came out in 2018. So it's, I highly doubt it's even a year old. Now I've reviewed quite a few Commodore 64 games that are actually, you know, recent releases. The last video I did was of one, and on the whole they've all been pretty good. I'm trying to think of one that I thought was absolute crap. I mean, alright, I wasn't a big fan of Soulless, but it certainly wasn't a shit game or anything like that. Its biggest problems were some design choices which didn't really work. But yeah, overall, all of the new games have been pretty good. So I figured it was about time we saw the other end of the spectrum. That's where this fucking thing comes in. This is not good. Now this title page reminds me a bit of Thrust 2, which is not something that you would ever really want to remind people of if you want them to like your game. Now what you can hear is the only good point about this game. The music on the title page here I think is fantastic. The music in game is not bad, but it's certainly not as good as this. Let's just get a game underway, shall we? Here we go. So you are this, whatever this fucking thing is at the bottom here. Now if you look at the very bottom of the screen, you'll see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, 6 zeros, and you may think that's your score. No, that's actually your lives. Your score, well, we'll see as we get underway. So here we go, as we make our way up through this terrain. Now this thing here, I don't think I can actually destroy it, because I keep hitting it and nothing happens. So I've just got to avoid the fucking thing. Alright. So I can't, this is some sort of almost like a bridge thing, so I can't get off it. So if I want to pick up those two, they're meant to be survivors. Yeah, I have to stay off the bridge. Now if you look at the bottom there, you'll see that my score is starting to appear. What the fuck are those symbols? Believe me, I'll be coming back to that. So, alright, let's first life lost. Now, I think that symbol on the other side of that green patch is an extra life, but you have to destroy the green patch in order to get it. So, I don't think that gave me an extra life, it just gave me more points. So, on we go! Fucking hell. Pick up that survivor. So as you can see, it is a shoot 'em up, a fairly generic one. Fuck yeah, this is... And as you can also perhaps see, it's not a fucking breeze, this game, because I was stuck there. I could not get out of that section, so I had no way of avoiding the enemies fucking enormous shots. Right. Let's keep going. So this thing, yeah, I'm now on this sort of like bridge or road or whatever it is. Anyway, I can't get off it, so... Now we've got to the end of it if we can. So you hear that, yeah, the music on the, you know, in-game, I can't get through that, is pretty good, but yeah, it's just not as good as the music on the title page. Music on the title page is fantastic, no two ways about it. But, yeah, in-game, it's merely good. Now this is where it starts to go a bit glitchy. Okay, not quite. There is a stage that I'm fast approaching where it does start to get a bit on the glitchy side. Oh, you fucking cunt. And I can't get away from that fucking shot because it's so big. You see again, it's glitching a bit. Oh, for fuck's sake. Right, so now you've got all these green barrier things. Take a lot out. I think, yeah, you do get points for doing, but yeah, doing those. So. I'm sure I had shot that thing at least twice, but it was glitching, yeah, when I hit it, just like that one did, so one of my shots went straight through it. I've just got an extra life there for passing whatever that fucking score is. My shots can't reach there, so I've got to somehow get past all those. It's fucking tough to do considering that how slow your ship or wherever it is you're controlling fucking moves. Again, because the graphics are all glitching, I can't, you fucking cunt, I can't shoot those things. My shots were not registering as hits. There's another survivor, so I picked him up. I think this is about as far as I've ever got here. I don't think I've ever got past this level. Now, yeah, this is definitely as far as I've got, because I haven't got a clue what the fuck I'm meant to be shooting here. Nothing, I've just got to try and get past it. As it is, that was game over. Well, let's get the review underway, shall we, as I start the next game. I'm going to skip talking about the graphics for the moment, so we'll go straight onto the audio. Yeah, the title page music I think is fantastic, and this in-game music is okay. It's certainly nowhere near as good as the title page music, but you know, it's not shit. However, there are no sound effects of any kind, which is not good. I would have hoped for, you know, a game that is, you know, a modern Commodore 64 game, that it would have both, but no. Okay, before we go on to gameplay then, let's talk about the graphics. What fucking shite! I mean, these graphics are fucking hideous. I cannot think of a Commodore 64 game I have played at any stage in the Commodore 64's lifespan that were as fucking repulsive as the graphics are in this. They are utter shit. It's as if the developer has said, right, I'm going to make this game, and the idea of it is to make it look as fucking hideous as it possibly could be on a Commodore 64. And he has fucking succeeded. I mean, a while ago I did a review of Trigger Happy, and I was saying in that, as I'm now dead again because those enemy shots are so huge and I just could not get out of that section I was in. But yeah, a while ago I did a review of Trigger Happy, and graphically it was absolute shite. But that game is a fucking, you know, it's a canaletto of Commodore 64 graphics compared to this fucking thing. And this came out not even a year ago. I mean, the colour scheme used is, it's enough to make your fucking eyes bleed. And why does this thing that you're moving, why does it have to do that fucking annoying flickering of colours every time you move? As you have seen on several occasions, sometimes the enemy's shots are so huge that there is nothing you can do to avoid them, especially when you're shot at point blank range like I was there. And well, that then ties this in with the gameplay. Like, you can't go over that section, but there is nothing to show you which parts you can and cannot sort of move over. I mean, okay, these black sort of like brick walls give you a bit of an idea, but they are about the only time that anything actually gives you some suggestion. Oh, you can't control over those. I can't move over this bit of green here. You know, at least give us some sort of clue, but no. So when you are stuck on like this bit here, where you know, that's as far as you can move, left or right, and then an enemy comes along with those super huge fucking shots, well, there is nothing you can do to avoid those hits. You are losing a life. Like now, there was nothing I could do to avoid that. So, graphically, the game is fucking hideous, and then it glitches like fuck at times, like there. And oh right, these green barrier things, yeah, I've got some lives left, so there is no indication at first that you can't drive over them, let alone the fact that if you hit them you lose a life. Oh, that's good. So the only way you can tell is by, you know, playing the game and finding out purely by chance. And again here, where the graphics are glitching, sometimes you will hit, you know, the enemy you're supposed to fire at, and the shot just either goes straight through it or just doesn't register because the graphics are too busy glitching away. And so the game looks fucking hideous and plays as good as it looks. And then there is this whole concept with the high score, or no, not just high score, with your score. Who came up with this fucking idea of putting in all of these fucking symbols instead of just, you know, actually showing your score? when you download the game, because the game mercifully is a fucking free download, yeah, it comes with this sort of like decoder thing, which fucking what? Which, you know, decodes what these symbols mean in as far as, you know, the score you got. Well, just put the fucking numbers on instead of all this bullshit. Who's going to sit there and say, right, my score is blah 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 blah, right, I'll just, you know, okay, so that symbol means I've got, oh, fuck off. And it's made even more ridiculous by the fact that there's no high score table. It doesn't even show you anywhere in the game what the actual high score is, so you've got no way of actually remembering. Here I am at this fucking bullshit part again, where I've got to somehow get past these cunts. Here we go. And fucking glitch galore again. So this is now the furthest I've ever got in this game. The game itself was actually made on the shoot 'em up construction kit. Now, games that were released back in the day that were made on the shoot 'em up construction kit were rather frowned upon because, you know, it's sort of basically trying to release a game on the cheap. I had no way of getting past there. And yeah, I think people were quite right to look down on games like that, especially as they were charging money. I mean, at least this is, I say, this is a free download. You can donate to the developers. I cannot for the life of me think of anybody who would play this and say, yeah, this is good, I'll definitely pay them for this. And it is the most hideous Commodore 64 game I've ever seen. The gameplay is fucking annoying because, well, sections like, you know, when you're going along this fucking thing where you can't move left or right off it, and then along comes one of these enemy, whatever they are, things that which fire the shots that fucking huge, so you can't avoid getting hit by them. And then, see, this is another of those green bits where as soon as you touch it, boss, you're dead. There is no indication that that would happen. And there is nothing sort of to tell you where, you know, which parts you can move over and which parts you can't. It's all pure guesswork. So, as well as looking like shit, it fucking plays like shit as well. I mean, this, for a 2018 release, there is absolutely no fucking excuse for it looking or playing like this. And then, of course, you have all those chronic fucking glitches that you've seen during this video. Nothing you can do to avoid them. And then that's when you find out, hang on, this game was made on shoot 'em up construction kit. Well, you know, why the fuck are you making a game on that in 2018? Now, obviously there was one, you know, game that got away with it, and that is the truly superb Lukozer War 2. But that game wasn't actually, you know, published. It wasn't made available for release, although if anyone is sad enough to want it, I'll, you know, I can send them a copy or get in touch with Gan's team who created it, and I'm sure he can send you a copy of it. But that's being given away for free. I mean, alright, so is this, but they are also putting up an option to pay them for it. I would want them to pay me. Yeah, I say, okay, the music is good, and you know, I was saying that about Spaceman Splorf. The music is great in that, but the thing is, with that game, firstly, there's about 8 different pieces of music. Secondly, the game may be basic, but it is actually enjoyable to play, which this is definitely not. And also, Spaceman Splorf looks good. This is almost as hideous. No, if anything, this is more hideous than fucking Ginger Pubes. So what do I rate it? I don't rate it very much. Oh, you fucks! Nothing you can do to avoid that cunt. Yeah, so what do I rate it? Shock horror, not very much. The title page music is great. This music is okay. Everything else about it is utter fucking bollocks. So I will score this 1 out of 10 because I'm feeling generous. Oh, come on, surely, you know, people who came up with this thing didn't really think this looks fucking great. And surely they didn't think this idea with the, you know, making your score a load of indecipherable symbols is a fucking great idea. It's a fucking shit idea. Oh, and of course you can't scroll back down, so, you know, I can't go back and try and move up that other bit of platform against, you know, so I can take out that fucking red blob. And now the fucking glitching is going on again. Get fucking... Okay. So, pick up another survivor. Oh, it's this fucking area again. And look at this fucking state of it. It's just... The game just can't fucking cope with, you know, rendering so much fucking shite on the screen. Now, I don't know if there is a version of this that is, you know, like, you know, cartridge or whatever for the Commodore 64 proper, or if you have to play it on emulation. But if you do have a Commodore 64, what you could do to recreate the experience of playing, or, you know, loading this onto your C64 is to down an entire bottle of Senecop, wait about half an hour, then drop your trousers and just squat over the top of your Commodore 64, and the result of that is just, you know, your 64 will go through the same sort of experience that it is here, as far as, oh, you fucking piece of shit. Yeah, as far as, you know, having this fucking running on it. I mean, is that going to disappear every fucking time? Okay, so every time I fucking fire at it. Right, now what? Right, pick up these Wetsuit Survivors. Oh great, I've got an extra fucking life on as well. I mean, if anyone, you know, is unfamiliar with this game, I suspect there's quite a few, and you see the thumbnail from this video, I'm sure nobody, or none of those who are unfamiliar with the game, would have looked at that and thought, oh, that's a 2018 release if ever I saw one. Games that were made for the Commodore 64 in 1982 looked better than this. And played better. I mean, this is just complete fucking dog shit. Now, I don't rate my chances of getting much further here because I've got to somehow get past this fucking cunt. Fuck me, I don't know how. Oh, there you go. Oh, I must have got another extra life somewhere. Oh joy. I thought this game would have fucking ended by now. Well, it's definitely the furthest I've ever got. And it's definitely my highest ever score. But I haven't got a fuck's clue what my score is. Because, you know, I can't fucking read that bullshit, and frankly I cannot be fucking bothered to sit there and check the card. Well, I'd have to, you know, probably get a printout of the image that shows the what the symbols translate to. Yeah, I got that far. And then when you lose your last life, it doesn't give you anywhere near enough time to check, you know, the fucking symbol. Oh. And you've got no other way of knowing what your score is, because there's no high score. It doesn't even keep you like one high score and display that in, well, anywhere else. So the game is utter fucking crap. So there you go, that is Algol, 1 out of 10. Yeah, utter fucking bollocks. That brings this review to an end, and we'll see you at the next one.